Hi, I'm Steve, and I actually wanted to talk about today the isolation and feeling alone part of the dating scene. So, to present myself, to speak about myself a bit, I am actually a psychology master student. So I am doing actually currently a master's degree in integrative psychology. I'm also a gay guy, and yeah, I um, I thought that actually this topic it is like interesting enough to just see all the facets and all the layers, you know, because I think it's so important like just make more conscious choices when dating, when trying to connect new creation, connect with people, making creating new relationships. Actually, I think it's like so important to just make certain aspects of the dating life and the dating experience more conscious, I would say. And actually, that would be the main reason why I've chosen to speak about this topic, about feeling isolated and alone in the dating scene or when dating, because it is like it's so hard. It can be so hard to manage, these feelings of fear of being rejected, fear of being perceived in any other different way that we actually were intended to just present ourselves, because there are some, like, I would say, like, dark aspects of dating this dating scene. And by this I mean the online dating scene, the online dating scene. So it is fun actually when you just yeah, meet up with your friends, with your gay friends, or with your friends. It doesn't really matter actually at this point. And you just get to meet other peoples as well. But what happens when we are also on the virtual plan, on the virtual side of the story, like with these apps, with these dating apps, with these platforms where you can be anonymous, you can be, yeah, you can present yourself in any way you'd like, in any way you think that it actually would benefit you in the dating process. So yes, in real life dating, when meeting up face to face and just going to the clubs, if you have the possibility, just going to the clubs and going to certain events, or certain, if you have different social circles or any other groups that you can just join to, that can be like really fun and really just, yeah, community community growing and community creation is like such a fun experience. Also, it can be such a fun experience also when you are single and you just want to date other people. But there are some of us actually are in a more yeah, difficult situation, I would say, because some of us, we are living in a more, I don't know, in more rural areas, or in a more much more smaller cities than the others. Actually, here in Eastern Europe, mm, there is a culture that somehow it is more like close-minded, regarding the LGBTQIA plus, yeah, topics, and regarding the customs, and regarding all of those experiences that we create and that we actually share with each other. Because dating should be an experience, a nice experience that we share, that we create, and that we share it with each other, because it is about co-creation. I am speaking once again about the co-creation process, because when we are dating, we are co-creating something. But what happens when we are not able to co-create, but we rather feel isolated, and alone in the dating scene because we cannot meet those persons, that we feel to have a connection, that we feel we need to have a connection with. So I think it can be a struggle. It is also my experience. It can be a struggle, especially because in our community, I would say in the LGBTQIA plus community, most of us, or let's just not generalize, but some of us are having like mental health issues, you know, uh, like we having mental health issues. There are some theories because yeah, we we are somehow rejected, by our parents mostly, or by societal standards or any other groups, and it is like a perceived, how do you call it? A perceived, um, yeah, a perceived loss, or or perceived unbalance, regarding the LGBTQIA plus community and regarding the heterosexual, the heterosexual normative society. So it creates a lot of yeah, like hurt, a lot of like negative emotions, and also it can be like an isolating experience, um, if we have certain tendencies regarding, I don't know, rejection, regarding uh, belonging into a group, regarding how we actually present ourselves, regarding body image, regarding sexual fantasies and sexual preferences and body types and all that, it's like a blob of many many factors that actually, yeah, just impact our experience, our dating experience. And as I said, and I believe fully that we should have like a nice and happy dating experience, because dating should be interesting, dating should be something new, dating should be fun in a way, in other ways challenging, in other ways fulfilling, in other ways eye-opening. It's like a complex human interaction, a complex change of information, change of who you are, change of who the other person are. It's like a complex process where actually just breaking down the the factors of it, or the components of it. It is like two human beings trying to connect with each other on different level: emotional, cognitive, physical, behavioral, and other aspects actually, and other parts. And what happens also when we just don't get to connect on these levels? Well, we feel isolated, we feel not seen, we feel not heard, and we just tend to stick to this. Okay, if I cannot get my needs met in my way that I need it, actually I will just not put myself out there, and I will just, yeah, just sit in my room and just fantasize about the perfect relationship, the perfect companion. And you see, it is like it is like a process which generates itself, because it is like also important to just ask these questions to ourselves, like what is my purpose for getting into a relationship, for getting into this relationship? What is my purpose for meeting up with this person, or just getting to know him or her? What is my actual purpose, and what kind of expectations do I have? Because most of us, we are saying that, okay, expectations are like just like a byproduct, but actually I would say, so this is my personal belief, that expectations are okay, expectations are needed to a certain point. It is not I would just not recommend to, yeah, create like fantasy expectations, or just put your all of your expectations on a single person's hand, because that's also, I find that also a bit, yeah, maybe triggering or maybe overwhelming, to the other person, as well as it can be for you, because when we are doing this all or nothing, actually we put a pressure also on ourselves, because I want this person to act that way, just the way I fantasize about him, just the way I need him to act. Yeah. But these these desires and these wants actually, uh, I would say they need to be adapted, they need to be adjusted to the real life person and to the real life situation, because we are colorful. Yes, I am saying this because I am proud to say this, that we are colorful, we are different, we have, yeah, certain and different personalities. We have certain different traits that makes us unique, that makes us perceive our world differently, to just, yeah, to just existing differently, you know it can create like an inviting a safe space, I would say, if you if your intention it is to include others and not to exclude others, and just create this I am the greatest guy, and compared to me you're uh, just less, you just less. This is not the logic here to apply, because I believe that together together, yes, if we are open-minded, we can we can just create like practical solutions, and practical habits for this isolation and loneliness. Because how do I manage my loneliness? By reaching out, by telling your story, by make your voice to be heard. You know, I would say, like, for me, from my perspective, these are like the most important aspects. Like the most important elements of this breaking down the loneliness part, because loneliness is such a huge word, like to feel alone in a crowd, like to feel alone in a date is such an alienating um alienating experience, actually, that just separates us from the other person, and we just get in our heads, just get into our own shell, and we just, okay, we just need that space, we just need our space, we just need to exist, we just need to be there, and not to be approached. Yeah. um so definitely, I would say, when we co-create entirely, when we co-create, we let others in, we create together, you know this sharing of information, customs, data. What do you like? What do I like about you? What do you like about me? What kind of rituals, customs do I have? What kind of hobbies do I have? How can we make this work? What is the main dynamic of this? What is the main dynamic of this actual connection? This actual potential. What is the potential, and what is the actual realistic, like the realistic um situation? What can we create together? How can we honestly create together? Because when we lie, when we want to deceive the other person, when we want to, I don't know, just people please, or just um, present ourselves in a certain way, and disregarding all the other stuff and all the other um, traits or properties that makes us us, unique, that makes you unique, that makes me unique. Actually, we just just let the other person in the dark, you know? Just let the other person just guessing like this is not the complete and the whole picture. Is this person mm, something is missing? Is this person like that, or it is other stuff, or it can get so confusing for the both actually when we are not presenting ourselves just the way we are, you know? Because hey, after all, this whole dating scene is not so scary, is not so complex. It is not so frightening. Two human beings, two human souls are trying to connect, are trying to share ideas, are trying to share their life experience, are trying to share and create intimate moments together by including the other person. And of course, this is like a two-way situation. I let the other in, the other person lets me also in. Because we cannot also just let ourselves to you just cannot expose ourselves entirely, and the other person just sits there quietly and just looks at us, because that should be, from my perspective, that should be a two-way road, you know, like a two-way communication, like a two-way dynamic. When I share, you get to share, you get to share, I get to share mine parts, my take on, you know. And actually, this is like a very nice and cute way that I personally also just just um just make sure that I have this need met in me. So like, how can we find our people who are safe to us and are safe to our nervous system, you know? Like, they have this nice calming effect on our nervous system, sorry. Because from my perspective, this is like also like a key moment and key element in dating, like trusting your intuition, trusting yourself, believe that you are able to just let the right people, right person into your life, to just listen to your gut instinct, to just listen to your instincts, listen to you, just listen to your emotions, listen how does speaking to this person makes you feel internally, emotionally, cognitively. What thoughts are running inside of your mind when the other person is asking you a question, when the other person is saying something or um, commenting something, or replying, giving you a feedback, or sharing something. Just keep an eye on these little messages, you know, that you actually feel and sense in your body. Because I tend to think that these are like really really important messengers, yeah, when creating and co-creating. And also just the power of your words. Just be conscious of the power of your words. Just express your true self on a date. You know, this is like a very powerful approach, actually, from my point of view. Just expressing your true self and just listen and just observe if the other person can process it, can do something with it, you know, and how they just react. You know, I don't want I'm not saying to be rude. I don't want to perpetuate this idea that you should be upfront, and yeah, you should be upfront, of course, but I I don't want to to just put this idea out that you should be, I don't know, rude or unkind or anything. No, no, you can be upfront, but you can be also like kind. Um, yeah, this is like also like very interesting. So just be you, and you see, um, I think isolation, it is created by shame and these fearful thoughts that, okay, I will be rejected. Okay, I only should talk the nice things about me. I only should put myself in the brightest light. But that's just one part of the story. And I would actually, from my personal experience, I would say that isolation can be like, um, can be actually like redefined by just showing up as you are, you know, and surrounding surrounding yourselves with people that actually are nice, are being authentic, and are being good for your mental health, and for your nervous system. So take care and enjoy the dating scene, and don't forget to be you. um and you have my support. Bye.